No Cooper Flag for the Chicago Bulls as he is headed most likely to the Dallas Mavericks. We'll see if there's a trade that happens maybe for Giannis, but he is most likely headed to the Dallas Mavericks as they win the lottery. So let's talk about this, people. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Talk back at it with another video talking some NBA. Here to talk about the Chicago Bulls. Here to talk about the results of the draft lottery in which the Chicago Bulls ended up with the number 12 overall pick. Yep. Number 12 overall pick after another season of the same sort of mediocrity we've seen, a play and loss to the Heat. And yeah, so my initial reaction to this was obviously disappointment because the Dallas Mavericks, who won the NBA draft lottery, they were the ones that won a coin flip with the Bulls to get the rights to the pick above us. So they had a 1.8% chance to land the number 1 overall pick. We had a 1.7% chance. So if we had won that coin toss and it would have been flipped, we would have had the right combination to land the number 1 pick and get Cooper Flag. But you know what? I'm not even that annoyed for this instance because, or I should say this specific reason, which is in a selfish way, even though I want Cooper Flag, I wish obviously we ended up with Cooper Flag. This front office and to a lesser extent the ownership, they don't deserve to get Cooper Flag. That would basically justify the mediocre route that they've been taking these past couple of seasons and say, oh yeah, look at us. We're staying competitive and we ended up getting the number 1 overall pick. Now look, nothing is guaranteed. Obviously, teams like the Jazz and the Wizards who actively did tank, they didn't even end up with the number 1 overall pick. They ended up with the 5th and 6th pick. So you could certainly make the argument with me saying, Faiz, what's the point of tanking if you are not even going to get the number 1 overall pick? Folks, it's just a numbers game. All right, obviously, there's a lottery for a reason. This isn't like the NFL where if you have the worst record, you're going to get guaranteed the number 1 overall pick. It's a lottery, right? And so what are you trying to do? You're just trying to increase your chances. I would rather have the 5th pick than the 12th pick, right? I'd rather have the 6th pick than the 12th pick. So it's like, I get it. It's not the number 1 overall pick, but you are not going to get any elite prospects unless one falls in your lap like the Bulls had last year with Montas Bucelis, which is rare. You're not going to get a lot of elite prospects at 12, right? Yeah, sure, you'll have guys fall here and there like I mentioned, but for the most part, the higher your pick, the better off you are. And so in a draft like this, for obviously, not just Cooper Flag, but you miss out on Ace Bailey, VJ Edgecombe, there's plenty of guys that are heralded as potential franchise-changing players. You're not going to get a chance at them unless you trade up, and obviously it's going to cost you a pretty penny to do so. So in the end, obviously very disappointed that we ended up with just a 12th overall pick. We had the 11th pick last year, so it's like the same thing every single season. And I feel like I'm going to be here a year from now making the same video talking about how the Bulls ended up with the 13th overall pick. And we had a play and loss to the Heat. Like, please, something needs to change, all right? So to me, I don't want to hear about, hey, Faiz, this proves that tanking does not work. It does in the sense of you still get your odds up, all right? I'd rather have 3 years of the 5th pick than 3 years of the 12th pick, all right? So to me, we'll see what happens here, but obviously I'll probably make another video talking about the potential prospects we can get with the 12th overall pick. We certainly need a center. That much is clear. So that's probably where the Bulls are going to be looking, but we'll see. But overall, man, I can't believe the Mavericks, who, made the dumbest trade in NBA history still, even after, the Lakers flamed down the first round, get rewarded with Cooper Flag, Nico Harrison. It couldn't happen to a worse guy. And if it wasn't for Nico Harrison, I mean, Arturas Karnisovas should be lucky because Nico Harrison is the only general manager that's probably worse than him, or VP. But yeah, man, it sucks. Not only do the Bulls not get the number 1 overall, but it goes to a team like the Dallas Mavericks. So let me know what you guys think, man. What are your thoughts on the Bulls getting the number 12 overall pick? Do you still agree with tanking if the Bulls should or not? Or what are your thoughts on it? I don't want to hear down below. Leave a comment as always. Thanks for watching.